Hi, I don't want to be here right now, Annie.
And I'm the person who's, I guess now I'm an amateurish furry expert, Minty.
And welcome to FunUntitled. Well, I'm gonna say F you to my sister while she tells me for about 30 minutes this complex system she made.
Okay, well basically, we were making a joke of when we talk about furries and we talk about, well, what's the definition of a furry? Because there's so much, like, not only different definitions, but it's like there's different people, and it's like some are very humanoid, some are very beastly, and it's like, what is it? So I took it upon myself to educate Annie and anyone who's listening on what I think is called the furry scale. All within the furry scale are legitimate furries, but it's just a difference between how humanoid and beastly they are.
Real fast, we have to change this title screen you made because looking at it for a long time makes me it just screams Nazi Germany to me.
Okay, just let you peel the curtains, as Annie would say. I have a PowerPoint set up so that she can see it, and then the video obviously will flash the picture that I will be referencing.
Unless you're listening to it on Spotify or whatnot, then you're just gonna have to use your mind eye and Google.
Yeah, imagine a red flag with a white circle and a black paw print. That is the Nazi flag.
That's literally what Hitler said. We're not saying furries are Nazis, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry, no. It's the same color scheme.
And when it's a full screen like how we have it right now, it's blinding. And I hate it.
Okay, so let's kind of go into what the...
Can we first say our stance on furry? Like, how much of a furry each other's are?
Oh yeah, I mean, okay, let's be fair. I don't think we're furries at all.
Yeah, I never have been aroused.
This is totally amateur. This is totally do not use this for legitness. There's actually a furry Wikipedia, so if you want to look up more information, you can go there. It's very, extensive.
And we know furry's not just a sexual thing. Like, if you just kin as an animal, then you're a furry.
Okay, well, this is what Urban Dictionary says. Okay. And there really is no single definition. People will say, I don't know if it's like casual to hardcore. I don't know if there's levels. But it's like, so some would say you would have to be like as you were saying, kin as a furry. You have to think, you have to talk like them. You have to want to own a fursuit. Your financial situation should not be the determination if you are a furry or not. Or have that fursona. So, and other people are just saying you just have to like anthropomorphic creatures. You just have to think Bugs Bunny is cool. I don't know if you have to actually think Bugs Bunny is hot to be a furry.
I think so. I think you can be a fan of Flint the ant from Bug's Life, but as soon as you want to fuck Flint the ant from Bug's Life, you're gonna get a title.
Or at least if you feel like you really relate to them on a spiritual level, not on a personal level. Oh yeah, I have experience when there's a mean cricket or when there's a crazy hunter during rabbit season, but more oh my god, I feel like I'm a little tiny ant in the world working with my little ant friends and my hive mom. I don't know what a furry thinks.
To be clear, okay, so this is my stance. You can like Roger Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you want to fuck him or if you think you are him, you're a furry.
I guess if you want to be Jessica Rabbit, you are a furry. And that's a hard stance because who doesn't want to be Jessica Rabbit?
That's a lot. I didn't even consider Jessica Rabbit to be a furry. Oh no.
But actually, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's a really good movie.
It's furry bait. It's tricking kids into becoming furries.
Yeah, kid in the 80s. We have other baits now.
Just start your list. I hate this topic.
Okay, so I will be going from a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of that 1 means very humanly. 5 to 6 I would say is the more ideal version of what a furry would be. Or what's okay, that is 100% definitely a furry. Even though, again, anything in this scale is legitimately a furry.
Real fast, I just remembered why we had this fight. It's because we can take this out if this gets too nasty. We were talking about where we draw the line of what animals we could fuck, because I said you cannot fuck Hawk from Nanatsu no Taizai, and you said he was okay because he was sentient enough to give consent.
That's right, I did.
And I think that's when we came up with where we draw the line at when you can have sex with animals.
It's about body, it's about personality, it's about feral instincts that they let loose.
Like I said, no matter what, they have to be somewhat your species. Hawk is not human in any way, shape, or form, so you cannot have sex with him. But you said as long as they give consent, it should be fine. Like if you want to fuck a dragon, that should be fine. And then you brought up Shrek.
Who doesn't like the couple Donkey and Dragon?
I hate you.
They had babies.
And take a shot every time I'm just gonna say I hate you, Minty.
Anyways, 1 humanoid, 10 beastly, 5 and 6 is more ideal. Let's get into it. So, we will go into level 1, which is the very humanoid types of fairies. My example is Inuyasha, and specifically Inuyasha and Koga. Because, let's face it, Inuyasha has like these tiny triangle ears, and that's it. Yeah, he's got the claws, yeah, he's the fangs, but they're very small, they're not very integral to his design. And he kind of looks like a cat, which has nothing to do with him being a fairy or not. And Koga? Okay, if you've looked at Koga, he looks like a tall elf wearing the skins of the wolf he killed than an actual wolf demon. I don't even know what a Yashahime cast goes into this scale. Maybe they're 1, but they have like no doggy features at all, even though they all have dog demon blood within them. That's...
I never saw this list. I only made assumptions. And I have so much hatred right now.
Isn't that true though? Koga looks like an elf.
Yeah, he does look... And Shishomu doesn't look like a dog at all. He has like a human form and dog form.
Yes. Which, let's get into it. Level 2.
Oh my god, I don't want to do this.
My example is Fruit Basket. Okay, a Fruit Basket represents the furries that transform between complete human to complete beast. Like, I think they are still within the furry realm, but they're just kind of a level 2 furry.
You see Toyo's face right now? That's me. Right now when I saw Fruit Basket.
It only makes sense. And then, you know, Shishomu obviously goes in that realm too, because he definitely looks like a beautiful, majestic high elf that, like, reigns over with magic.
Because of how this argument started of what level we can fuck a furry without it being nasty, should we say at what level we would stop at, personally?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think level 2 is a little too low, though. Is that what the 1 to 10 is? How deep were you willing to go into beast territory?
We should say, this is the mic where I'm gonna say, this might get not safe for work.
Oh, yeah. Maybe saying this 8 minutes into the video. It'll be in the description. I'll put something, whatever, in the description below. But you'll be probably too late because nobody reads descriptions until after the video.
It's fine. We didn't get too nasty yet.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go into number 3.
Oh.
I have chosen the Thundercats. Not an anime, it's a 2011 remake cartoon of the Thundercats, which we were watching for a bit, but it's a little boring.
It was drawn very well, though.
Very well drawn. But let's face it, they're basically humans that have a little bit of beast features, but they don't really do anything beastly. It's like, oh, but the cheetah girl, she runs fast. It's like, yeah, but you don't have to be a furry to run fast. You don't have to be a human or a tiger man to have a gun. So it's just like, they just start to... Level 3 is when you start to look more beastly. You know, you start to resemble an animal if you give the person this person's a cheetah. Oh, now I see it. Now that you mentioned it, kind of feel, you know?
Okay, I just want to say from this picture alone, it's kind of sexist how the men look more like animals than the woman. Because you still need the woman to be fuckable, I guess.
You know, I actually like the cheetah's design more than the lion. I'm sorry, we don't know their names. Like I said, it was a very short series that got cancelled for some reason.
Okay, Lionel, okay? Lionel Snuff! He's from the Nickelodeon show with the Spanish kid, El Tigre, I think? El Tiger? And then Cheetah Girls, We Stand Together. That's their names.
First 2 movie Cheetah Girls was pretty good. Then when Raven Simone left for Around the World, that movie was junk.
You watched the second one?
Pretty sure we've all have.
I repressed it then.
They played a lot on Disney Channel.
I seen the first one when she stepped in poop and then she got really mad and we didn't understand what poop was, so we were just like, what is she doing? Why is she in the bathroom cleaning her shoe?
What's Tiger Man's name?
I just said from the Nickelodeon show.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's El Tigre.
Yeah, you don't know any more than me.
Legit, his name is Lionel.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that helps. Nothing.
I'm just gonna go to the next one because, well, okay, fuck, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Although, how the down there goes, you may want to be careful and do your research.
Spiked penis for cats, right?
Barred penis.
Oh, come on! No!
Level 4 is represented by Sanrio. It could also be represented by Mickey Mouse, too.
No!
But basically, they're in the beast form, like, clearly, and they have the human clothes. They still don't do anything beastly, though. Like now it's obvious. Sanrio's a cat, or as Sanrio would say, a girl. Mickey Mouse is a mouse. Goofy's a dog. Like, it's pretty clear. But they don't do anything beastly. Their actions are not beastly enough for me, for them to put them higher.
I didn't think he was gonna consider personality and fail instinct so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely about looks, and, how else would I have made a scale from 1 to 10?
Fair enough. Yeah, this is why I told you not to do this. I hate you.
I just want to say my favorite Sanrio character is the pink monkey with a banana on his head. Very short-lived character. I'm actually very sad Sanrio doesn't keep adding more characters. That was super fun to just kind of go every month.
To be fair, there is no Sanrio in Hawaii other than Wynwood Mall.
What happened to Kahala Mall?
It closed down.
There's no reason to go to Kahala Mall anymore.
We never go to Kahala. That's why we don't go to Kahala.
Unless you want a Whole Foods. Actually, now there's one in Ward, so... Sorry, it's getting too much into details about...
Kahala might exist, but that's for another day. We never go Kahala, so we'll never see any updates.
Yeah, even though Kahala looks pretty good now.
That egg mascot got really popular.
Oh, right. I forget what his name is.
Something.
Kumatama?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
That's true. He's an Aretsuko.
Oh, I forgot she was Sanrio.
That's how Sanrio got on the list.
Okay.
Because Agretsuko, when I was making this list,
Why did you put Agretsuko on then?
I like Sanrio.
Oh my god. I want to think about fucking Sanrio characters, but...
Agretsuko is a Sanrio character, and so what? You don't want to have sex with Agretsuko?
At least I know she's legal. I know she's my age.
Is she?
Yeah, she has a job.
Oh. I'm not saying you have to cross your line here. You don't have to draw the sand.
It's hard to say yes, I would fuck a Sanrio character, but...
I'm gonna just let you know, I think most people would go at a 7. I'm probably more of a 5 person, which let's get into 5 real quick.
Okay.
5 is definitely BNA, the Beast Nucleotide Acid. Yeah, that's what it really stands for. It's in the show if you haven't seen it.
Brand new animal.
Is that what it is?
It is. Yes.
How is that possible? It makes no sense. They're not brand new animals.
She's a new animal.
Oh. I didn't get that. I got when they talk about Beast Nucleic Acids.
Real fast, before you get into your stupid thing, I love this picture you picked. It's just the bird gay guy looking at the wolf gay guy looking at his daughters. He's like, well, they're staying safe? I was like, I want to fuck that.
Well, I was just trying to pick one that would fit my computer screen nicely. And, like, have the beast forms. I want him to be the beast, but, it didn't work out for some reason when you Google. But yeah, I mean, BNA is almost like the furry anime, unless you count Beastars, which is clearly level 6, but...
Spoilers.
I think they kind of go hand in hand, BNA and Beastars, but are both the ideal furry, but BNA is just more humanoid. Because look at them, they still have, like, human features still.
I want to say I didn't think this would be a 30-minute episode, and yet we're only on 15 minutes of this hell, and we're halfway through.
The first 8 minutes was just an introduction. But let me say, after 6, it gets a little haywire. It gets a lot to talk about more. Because I'm going to tell you, number 10, it's going to blow your mind.
Is Wolfman considered number 2?
Wolfman would be a number... Okay, wait. Now, from what I understand, Wolfmen are wolves, and they just project an image of a human. They cannot actually turn human. So, is Wolfrain considered number 2? I would say no. They would probably be considered a level 9.
Oh, I'm so scared. I got the Beastars. I don't know what's on this list.
Yeah, so going next one. Beastars, here's a...
Why?
For you listening audio only, I had to choose the image where the deer is holding the tie of the wolf. And this is... I've never seen Beastars, and I probably will. And maybe I should have watched it before doing this list. But I don't think I need to know much about Beastars to put it in the scale of furries. And this wouldn't really be a legit list without Beastars.
Starter pack of Gretsuko, BNA, Shiro, and Beastars.
Yeah, of like this past 5 years or so. Because I'm sure there's other series that really introduce people to furries.
Dragon Tales?
Zootopia.
Oh, yeah.
Zootopia. I really got that talking about furries a lot. Cause like, you have a Zootopia Sona. That's just your first Sona. No.
I like that Tumblr post, like, stop saying you have spirit animals. That's important to the Native Americans' religion. Just be straight out frank and say you have a fursona.
Yeah, and I do think it's sad that, furries this perverted thing. But it does say, like, in the Urban Dictionary that, like, there's just a loud few that made furries have this reputation of being perverted, and it really just, like, hurts the silent majority. Because you can pervert any hobby, right?
Yeah.
So there's no reason to think furry is specifically sexual. I think that's just part of it, which any hobby has a sexual part. You can figure it out. No kink shaming.
I have a quick question. Do you think only ABO people are furries? Like, people who enjoy ABO are probably either furries, people who fetishize the gays, or, this is what my friend said, I don't really 100% agree, is, trans men who projects onto MPreg.
Wow. I don't know enough to make a judgment like that. It's not really on my furry scale.
Okay. This is an interesting tit for tat.
Yeah, you guys on your own can Google ABO. Wait, we are not making an episode on it. Unless I find a good one.
Okay, moving on. So, anything else about Beastoy or next?
No, I think it's pretty self-explanatory why it's a furry thing.
You know they have a lot of sex in Beastoy?
That's a lot of sex and eating.
I'm not I think...
And, like, literal eating, not, like, sexual eating.
Yeah, I think the wolf wants to eat the rabbit, but the rabbit's like, no, have sex with me instead. And the wolf's like, oh, now I'm getting weird, conflicting feelings.
Weird show. It goes along with Zootopia.
I'm gonna go to the next one.
So level 7 is...
Oh my god! No! What? No! I was deciding these toys! I don't want this.
Yeah, so, I mean, Sonic, right? Sonic is level 7. Because they're literally animals, but they're bipedal. They're on their 2 feet. They're running and flying, I guess? Yeah, you know? So, they're still beasts, but they still have that one thing that makes them human, which is really the standing thing.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Did you draw a line at the last one, 6? For sex?
I think 5 is where I draw my line. I think 7 is where most people draw their line.
Okay. I think I will be open still.
Really? You haven't found your thing?
Not yet.
Now, I would have to say that if you are passing the 7 line, you are a committed furry. There is no line in bed of man and beast.
Wait, I have a quick question. Does Knuckles have 4 penis?
Yeah, he's an animal. He's just on 2 feet.
Okay, I know this is going to be really weird. I don't think I could have sex with a male furry at this stage, but I could with a female furry.
To be fair, let's say the biological female anatomy is a lot easier to deal with when it comes to furry coitus.
Yeah.
When it comes to the male or the biological male parts, you do a lot of research and you protect yourself as to the best of you can. Not even for like conception, more for like physical things, because animals are rough, and I don't mean
rough as in a dog.
Woof. Rough as in they really have a goal to populate, not for joy, not for creating family, but really to populate and pass on their genes. So they do anything to do that part. Yeah. Any questions?
I'm gonna go to the next one, and
It only gets worse. It only gets worse.
So this is 7, correct?
This is 7.
So anything past 7, you're like, I'm so scared because I didn't expect to see Sonic here.
If the line you cross isn't 7, I would have learned something new about you, which I thought I could not have done after being with you for like over 2 decades.
Okay, I'm readying myself. Okay, I'm doing it. Ah! Oh my god!
8, if you can't tell from that reaction, which you probably can't if you're doing this audioly, is My Little Pony. Because they've dropped the bipedal. They're just totally on 4 legs now. But they still have the jobs, they still have the community, they still have the conscious, the mind works still like human. So they're just, they're level 8.
We're pissing off so many bronies right now. Yeah, I
bronies are furries. They're subtype furries. That makes sense.
I'm not getting. I draw the line at 7. I'm not touching this.
Oh, I was kind of hoping you'd go past 7.
No, this is weird. I hate it. If they're bipedal, I think I could make it work, like with werewolves and whatnot.
So if it's the movie, you're okay with doing it.
The Equestria girls. The humans there.
Yeah, but you still got this in the back of your mind.
I don't.
You still got Ponyville living in
there.
there.
I'm I'm not gonna be that guy who marries the life-size Twilight Sparkle doll. Oh god. I just hate this because I used to be in the My Little Pony fandom. That was my horse girl phase. So I've seen my share of My Little Pony porn, and I hate it.
I just want to say my favorite is Applejack, and Annie's favorite is Fluttershy.
Why do you have to say that?
Because they're girl ponies.
I'm gonna move on to the next number.
I told you. It only gets worse. You're changing numbers as if maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's the next one can't.
See, I'm thinking short-term goals. I want to get away from this topic. So the next one is my only escape.
Okay, go on. Hamtaro, when you work together, it's all better, my fairy friend.
You could have chosen anything. You could have chosen Hot Forbidden Tea.
No! Okay, yes, I would assume.
You could have picked the X seeds from Fairy Tail.
I actually think Hawk is more of an 8. And then the X seeds, they're more like a 6 or 7. But Hamtaro is my level 9 because they don't have jobs. They don't have civilization. They're pets. They do animal things. And the only thing that separates them from actual beasts is that they can talk. So Hamtaro is my level 9. There's not much things humanly about now. They're not wearing clothes, really. They're wearing more accessories that were put on them. But they love them, you know? Pashmina's scarf, Penelope's little claw. I don't know if Howard's actually wearing eyeglasses, but he's got them.
Oxnard.
No, Oxnard is the gray fat one. Oh wait, Maxwell's the one.
It's the book. Howdy's the one. I believe Dexter. His name was Dexter.
Dexter, yes. I'm
Howdy
sorry.
and Dexter.
Max had a book. Dexter had glasses. You ship him with Howard, who had an apron.
Howdy.
Howdy. Who's Howard?
No one's named Howard. That's from Big Bang Theory. He just looks like a hamster.
I will assume Howard's his real name, but they just call him Howdy. Because he's a hamster, so he doesn't really know better.
Okay.
So do you understand why Hamtaro has to be level 9?
I don't think he's considered a furry at this point.
Why? Isn't he not an anthropomorphic character?
I guess. Okay.
And I got my information from Wikifur, the Wikipedia for furries.
What if Catra from Shiva fall into this?
You know, I was actually debating about Catra. If I had to put Catra anywhere, she's definitely like less than 5.
Yeah.
She might be a 3.
Okay.
That's as far as,
So Thundercats.
yeah. Because she has big hair, but you don't have to be a furry to have big hair. She has cat ears and a tail, so yeah, very level 3 level furry.
Yeah, the creator of Shiva said that she based Catra off her own cat.
Yeah, I mean, level 3.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next one just because I need to get over this.
Okay, I want to put a disclaimer that I would not have thought level 10 was, but the Wikifur told me it was, and I had to be like, well, Wikifur, you're my source of information, so I have to believe you. And I guess the more I think about it, level 10 is truly that they are furries.
I don't want to click on it anymore. Is it Homeward Bound?
Homeward Bound, the Disney movie?
Yeah, with the two dogs and the cat because they're somewhat sentient.
I would put that level 9, Homeward Bound.
What the could be number 10? No, okay. I hate that I'm in control of clicking the PowerPoint.
Really control of your destiny, huh?
No! 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 I thought... No! No! I feel like Digimon should have been here or something.
Oh, Digimon's good. Okay, but if you think Hamtaro was as beastly as you could get, you forgot about Pokemon.
I'm so tired.
Digimon would probably be a level 7 with Sonic, depending on the Digimon. Because they can talk.
I don't want to fuck a Digimon. Wait, is Angemon on the table?
Sure.
I guess I would fuck a Digimon.
Now, level 10 is Pokemon. You're thinking, what? No, that can't be true. They are 100% beastly. Even the most humanly ones, like Mewtwo, they're still beasts, right? But they have human emotions. They can't talk, but they can definitely express them. They have their own goals, which, if they're lucky enough, coincide with the human master, trainer. I don't know why I said master. It makes it sound weird. But, I mean, technically, it's not what you think of when you think of furry, but it's definitely fits the criteria.
I mean, I guess if you would people considered Lopunny, Lucario, Gardevoir as furry bait.
Yeah.
There's that whole meme, the furry bait scramble.
Yeah. I mean, with just that, how could this list not be legit?
Kind of wish you put sexy Pokemon. You know, I guess we couldn't because that'd be like we would be stealing someone's art.
Yeah. No. I mean, you don't really have to steal anyone's fan art to see how furry bait those Pokemon are. But our level 10 furry are most beastly. And you know what? There are people who say, I'm still haven't crossed my line. What does that mean for me? It means you are, I don't want to say true furry because that would mean like everyone else isn't true furries.
I think it means you're past our understanding of furries. You have transcend
most people's limits of how furry should be.
Okay, this is gonna get really gross. There's actually a lot of porn of the Pokemon girl trainers having sex with Hypno, which you wouldn't imagine.
Hypno. You know, that goes into the two kinks, I guess, of being able to control girls and having cute girls.
Which is gross.
Very gross.
But someone on Patreon got really upset because Patreon took down the account because all they drew was horse Pokemon having sex with the girl trainers. And he drew this whole hullabaloo like, what do you mean this is considered bestiality?
We're definitely gonna have to put maybe a little disclaimer in.
Oh, yeah, edit this, you know, sense. I would love for you to just beep this out.
God, that'll take forever.
Maybe at the end, I don't know. Just fun facts I've learned that I have to live with every day.
Anyways, I hope this has stimulated your mind on the acceptance of furries, of thinking, what is a furry? Because it really, again, no true definition of what a furry is, but basically, the most basic requirement that you would need is just to like anything on this level 1 to 10 scale. Makes you a furry. And if you're like, but I like Pokemon, if you don't like Pokemon in a sexual way, you're not a furry. If you like them in a sexual way, even just a little bit, like you'd be like, I date a Pikachu, that makes you a furry. And don't be ashamed of it. There's nothing wrong with being a furry.
Hi, so thanks for listening to our podcast. I'm Annie, the person Minty specifically told not to interrupt during this podcast, so I couldn't say anything during that train wreck at the end.
I had to explain it to you because otherwise you would not have understand.
And this is Minty, the person who just mentally scarred you for 30 minutes, especially at the end.
Unless you already know you're a furry. Or if your furry awakening has just happened.
I'm so sorry you just listened to this. Thanks.